Well, as you can see out the window, it is a cold and snowy day up here in the mountains. We're on our way to Borrego Springs, but as you can see, we had to come up over one of the passes, and it is very snowy up here. Apparently, a car is in the ditch just ahead of us, and we're all parked waiting for that to get pulled out of the ditch. And then they're going to only allow vehicles that are four-wheel drive and or have chains to go beyond that spot. So anyway, we're parked here for a little while. Hopefully they'll get things cleared up pretty soon. State of California runs an absolutely beautiful campsite at Anza Borrego State Park. The campsite is extremely well run, it's clean, and has really quite lovely facilities. The showers and bathrooms are really quite clean, although a little bit industrial. It has lovely campsites, many of which are full hookup. They also have a very nice selection of non-hookup sites that are beautifully placed right at the foot of the mountain that we're looking at right now. Again, if you have the chance to stay here, we highly recommend it and had a great time. We're on our way up to the Palm Canyon Trail. The beginning of the trail is right at the base of these mountains that you see in front of you. The drive up to the trail is quite lovely. It goes through the main camp area, then it goes up the small road past the day use areas. It also is adjacent to the other more rustic campsites, many of which come with a picnic table that is covered. When we get up to the top of the trail, we're going to meet Tony, who is a volunteer with the park. One of the things that you'll notice when you get to the park is there are many volunteers, and they are extremely helpful. And we should be very grateful that they're taking their time to spend at the park and helping us visitors to the park. Good morning. We're out here in the Palm Desert in Borrego Springs, and we're visiting here with Tony, who's a volunteer out here at the state park, and she's agreed to answer a few of our questions. So first of all, what trail are we standing at right here?
You're standing at the Palm Canyon Trail, which is the most popular one here. It's a trail that is marked with wooden posts.
Cool.
And at each wooden post in our brochure, it'll tell you something special to look for.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about preparation for this trail, because we are in the desert, so there's some things you need to know.
You're not only in the desert, but you're here at a time of year in which there's been some rain.
Mm-hmm.
We expect rain. We don't expect the amount that we've had recently.
Right.
Which means that you have to be very aware that you are going up a canyon.
Right.
That there are communities and rivers above us that can all feed into the creek that comes down here.
Right.
And that there is always the possibility of a flash flood.
Right. In the canyon.
In the canyon, when we've had rain such as we've had and continue to expect.
Yeah. So what kinds of gear should people be carrying and taking with them when they're going up, shoes and things of that sort?
Because there are quite a few cactus, because there are boulders and rocks that you might have to step up or sometimes clamber a bit to get up. It's very important to have good shoes on that protect you from the cactus.
Right.
And that give you good grip when you need it.
Right. And what about hats and, should they be carrying water?
Definitely hats. It's very cool this morning, but it will continue to get warm.
Right.
And it's not as dry as it usually is. So it's good to have, they recommend a gallon of water per
Right.
person, especially when it gets much warmer than it is
Right,
today.
right.
Yeah.
And what about a little backpack with some snacks and maybe
Well,
a little
that's-
medical kit and things of that sort?
You know, I haven't seen too much need for that.
Mm-hmm.
I always take snacks along because I like to nibble.
Don't we all, right? That's
Yeah.
part of the fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, I go hiking, so that's the only time I'm allowed to nibble.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
Okay. And at the top of the canyon, there is a palm grove.
Right.
And whenever I'm going to hike it, I always take my lunch
Right.
and find a spot just to sit and hope that maybe the bighorn sheep would come down for a drink.
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? Wouldn't that be lovely?
Yeah.
And about how far up is it to the grove?
Mile and a half.
Mile and a half. So it's
Yeah.
not a very long hike, but maybe a
No.
little bit strenuous.
There is one portion that might be considered strenuous,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, it's just a very gentle uphill. And all kinds of people make it.
Every
that
day.
size to that size. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your
You're quite
time today.
welcome.
We
Yeah.
really appreciate it.
And enjoy your walk.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hi, folks. Corinne and I are in Borrego Springs today.
Yes, we're visiting the Galleta Meadows, which was owned by Dennis Avery, who set aside the land and put up a whole collection of 130 different metal sculptures, a lot of them representing prehistoric animals.
We're going to take a little walk around, maybe take some photographs, and show you some of these incredible sculptures. I'm sure there's not enough time in the day to see all of them, but we'll see what we can do, and hope you enjoy the coming along with us. So this is my favorite kind of wildlife shooting. They can't run away, they can't move, and they're just going to sit perfectly still for me while I set up the picture. It's perfection. Here we go. Oh no, not again. We're taking Red Rover for a walk, and every time we turn our back, he jumps from the frying pan into the fire. Come on, Red Rover. So it's bad enough we can't keep track of Red Rover, but now Corinne's getting into the act. Oh my goodness. Oh, and here comes another one. We spent the rest of the afternoon and evening with the dragon. It's a great photographic subject, and we had a lot of fun playing around with the various angles, especially with the white puffy clouds and the snow on the mountains. So enjoy the rest of these photographs. We decided to move down to Mountain Palm Springs Camp. It's a dispersed camp out in the desert at the very eastern end of the park. It was a wonderful location. Not only is it got very nicely set up camping, but it also has a pit toilet. The hiking up into the palm groves is also quite lovely. It was a perfect location and a lovely night for some star photography. This is what the morning was like as we woke up.
Good morning. We've come to the southeast corner of Anza Borrego State Park in California, and we've stopped here at the Carrizo Badland Overlook, and it's just a gorgeous looking canyon down below us.
It's a beautiful morning. Corinne actually got up this morning as well to shoot the rising sun and the bright orange sky. So it's been just a lovely day to get up and get going and enjoying this part of the park.
This will probably be our last stop in the park as we're getting close to Ocotillo, which is at the southeast corner, and then we'll be heading down Highway 8.
And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to see more content. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
I'm a stranger